Hey there! Welcome to Dark Psychology World channel. Have you ever heard of the term empath? There's a group of people who are super sensitive, but they're not just your typical highly sensitive folks. They can feel others' emotions, but they go even deeper than that. If highly sensitive people are extremely rational, then empaths are the next level up. They can genuinely feel what others are feeling, and they can even pick up on things that others haven't expressed. It's almost like mind reading, but it's more complex than that. A lot of people don't even realize they're empaths. So, what exactly is an empath? Are you one? We'll get to a self-test later, and you'll find out after reading this. If you're new to this channel, I love sharing about psychology and life knowledge. Please subscribe and hit the bell so you won't miss out on more interesting videos. Alright, enough chit-chat. Let's dive in. As I mentioned, some people don't have to do anything special. They just need to be in the same space as others to sensitively feel their emotions. They can experience others' current pain, anger, or joy. It's like they're a sensitive radio that picks up on all sounds, good or bad. The term empath comes from empathy. It was first used in science fiction literature in 1956 to describe a supernatural emotional telepathy. Empaths can feel the emotions of people they've interacted with, and their souls resonate with those feelings. This might sound incredible, but it's a real phenomenon. According to research, about 20% of the population are empaths. Some people know they're empaths, while others don't. If you're often miserable due to high sensitivity, you might be one of them. But isn't it just like the highly sensitive group we mentioned before? No, it's not the same. Although empaths and highly sensitive people share many traits, like being easily stimulated and needing alone time to recharge, the biggest difference is that empaths internalize feelings more. Everything in the world contains energy, including human emotions and bodily sensations. This is scientifically proven. Empaths can feel these subtle energies around them and absorb this energy into their bodies. So, are you an empath? Let's find out. First off, we need to grasp what energy is. To put it simply, according to Planck, the founder of quantum mechanics and Einstein's teacher, energy equals the quantum constant times the vibration frequency. This means that substances with a higher vibration frequency will produce stronger energy. Substances can be tangible, like the TV we see, or intangible, like light, electromagnetic waves, gamma rays, and even our thoughts and emotions. Whether tangible or intangible, all substances have energy. For instance, if someone is upset about being scolded by their boss or sad about losing a game, these emotions are a form of energy. Empaths, or people who are extremely sensitive, can pick up on these energies. Whether the energy is positive or negative, empaths absorb it into their bodies, experiencing the same feelings. This often leads to confusion between their own emotions and those of others. However, this is not the case for highly sensitive people. They understand others' feelings but don't directly experience them. This is the main difference between the two. Empaths and highly sensitive people are not mutually exclusive. You can be a highly sensitive person and also an empath. Empaths' antennas are passively open 24/7, absorbing energy from their surroundings. They can't turn it off, so they can't filter out stimuli like others can. This can lead to sensory overload, which often causes distress for empaths. Empaths share three common characteristics. They experience strong emotional feelings, they're emotionally responsible for others, and they're affected by the spatial frequency of a space. For example, they might suddenly feel a wave of emotions while walking down the street or become inexplicably angry when witnessing a dispute between strangers. Because these feelings are so intense, empaths often can't distinguish whether they're their own or someone else's. Some empaths don't even realize they are empaths and often think they're just overly emotional. They usually prefer not to go out, but if they're surrounded by positive energy, they'll also experience positive emotions. That's why empaths like to be around positive and cheerful people. In addition to being very sensitive to others' emotions, empaths are also highly sensitive to light, smell, temperature, and sound. Noisy sounds and bright lights can be very uncomfortable for them as they seem to penetrate and vibrate into their bodies. I hope this helps clarify things a bit. The concept of energy is quite complex, and today's main focus is on sharing about empathy. I'll delve more into the topic of energy when I get the chance. Just answer no. According to Dr. Orloff, empaths have extremely active nervous systems. They can't filter out stimuli like most people can. If the average person uses 5 fingers to grasp external stimuli, empaths are like they have 50 fingers. They're like super reactors. This means they can't watch horror or sad movies or news reports of violence or injuries. It's as if they're experiencing those things themselves. On the flip side, both empaths and highly sensitive people enjoy nature and quiet environments. Empaths are emotionally responsible. They have the ability to deeply understand others' minds. So when someone asks them for help, they can truly understand the other person's problems. Sometimes they can even feel and provide better suggestions before the other person has mentioned anything. This often surprises people, making them wonder how the empath knew about their problem. If you're an empath, you'll find that people come to you when they need help. Some even regard empaths as walking lie detectors. Plus, some empaths can easily sense others' physical symptoms and understand their pain points. This makes empaths very advantageous in professions like therapy, counseling, and supervision. Of course, when helping others, empaths need to be careful not to experience sensory overload. They need to give themselves appropriate rest. Another thing to note is that although empaths often feel nervous and hardworking, they're often mistaken for having an anxiety disorder. But being an empath is not a mental illness. It's not included in the list of mental illnesses. It's just a special trait. Dr. Orloff has provided a self-help manual for empaths. There's more detailed explanation about empaths' feelings in the book. If you're interested, you might want to check it out. There's a test with 20 questions below. If something happens to you most of the time, answer yes. If it doesn't happen often, answer no. The questions are: 1. Have others said I am too sensitive, shy, or introverted? 2. Do I often feel exhausted or anxious? 3. Do arguing and yelling make me uncomfortable? 4. Do I often feel like I don't fit in with the group? 5. Does being in a crowd of people take a toll on my energy? 6. Do I need time alone to recover? 7. Am I intolerable to loud sounds and smells or talkative people? 8. Am I sensitive to chemicals or unable to wear clothes that easily irritate the skin? 9. When attending a party, would I rather drive myself for convenience of leaving early? 10. When under pressure, do I eat and drink too much? 11. Am I afraid of feeling suffocated in an intimate relationship? 12. Do I get scared easily? 13. Do I have a strong reaction to caffeine or medications? 14. Am I less tolerant of pain? 15. Do I tend to be socially withdrawn? 16. Do I accept pressure from others? 17. Do emotional symptoms make me exhausted? 18. Do I like to do one thing at a time? 19. Do I like to be close to nature to nourish my body, mind, and soul? 20. After spending time with disabled people or energy vampires, does it take me a lot of time to recover? If you answered yes to 1 to 5 questions, at least part of you is an empath. If you answered yes to 6 to 10 questions, you have moderate empath tendencies. If you answered yes to 11 to 15 questions, you have a strong tendency to empathize. If you answered yes to more than 15 questions, you're 100% empath. In conclusion, empaths are similar to highly sensitive people, but they internalize feelings more deeply. The challenges faced by both are similar. It's not a sensitivity issue due to self-irritation, but rather the confused looks from others. You're too sensitive. Are you overthinking? So, if you have such people around you, don't rush to think that they're sick or something. They might be the special empaths around you. Or maybe you're one of them. If so, you must first become familiar with your ability and use it in the right place. Although this ability can bring some troubles, from another perspective, it also brings many advantages that ordinary people don't have. So, are you an empath? Leave a message below. Wait, don't leave in a hurry. Here are 2 videos you might also like. Feel free to click in and take a look. If you think this video is good, give it a thumbs up. You can also share these interesting knowledge with your family and friends. Press the subscribe bell and I'll notify you when there are new videos. This is the Dark Psychology World channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.